Welcome back, everyone, to Rob's Car World. Today's pick is a beautiful, only original once, 1971 Chrysler New Yorker, as we say in Brooklyn. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's got 47,000 miles. Let's check this Survivor out. Found this car on Facebook Marketplace yesterday, previewed it in my prior video, and I had a lot of inquiry from the folks on YouTube to share this car with you. So we'll do a feature on this car. It's a 71 Chrysler New Yorker. It's owned by a gentleman here on Facebook that's been with Facebook since 2016, and he's got a good seller rating as somebody that responds quickly on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm hoping that this is a legitimate deal. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The photographs obviously are not wintertime photos, but, people, take photos in the spring and then sell the cars in the wintertime. So he's asking $16,500. We'll get into the pricing on that in a little while. But this 1968 Chrysler that we're looking at, this platform, it was the C-Pop platform that was shared through so many nameplates with Chrysler. It was a very, very popular platform that was shared with the Plymouth Fury and things like that. So this car got around a lot. What makes this car very unique was in 68, they introduced this new fuselage type styling. Everything was airplanes in the 60s, jets and all that stuff. And Chrysler wanted to mimic more or less the popularity of the Lincoln town car and things like that with this flat-sided body panels where they really don't have much of a belt line here. The design of this car really didn't take off at the time, which forced them to restyle this car in 73. But what's very famous about this car is not only its massive side of the car and all that, the size overall, but this one-piece loop bumper that probably cost a big dollar to forge in the Chrysler production plant and actually stamp and get this bumper down. I would bet that if you put this bumper on an easy curl bar, it probably weighs about 100 pounds easily just to curl. So can you imagine putting a bumper on a car this massive and then expect good gas mileage today? But, these cars are so timeless in their appeal from just bringing back. It's like a time capsule. It's like going back to the future. But this car is very pretty. I mean, this car looks original. Only original once means that it was not restored. So you get the original paint, the original interior. His photographs are somewhat cropped because he used his phone in the portrait size instead of the landscape. But we got a couple of good shots here with landscaping so you can look at the car. The only engine that was available was the 440 Wedge. That car had about 370, 375 horsepower. That's the same 440 that was part of the six-pack in those days, but, they didn't offer that in cars that were luxury tailored, so to speak. This car has one of the largest stamped rear quarter panels ever made by Chrysler. So can you imagine wet sanding this car? Just like any Lincoln of the day, these are very big cars. And when you can find something that's as nice as this car that's original without expensing paint work and body work and things like that, that's all of a sudden $16,500. His asking price becomes more realistic because it would cost so much money to get this car restored, and I'm not too sure how many people would expense that money, which makes these original Survivors even more of a rarity to see around the roads and see in car clubs and things like that. But that one-piece bumper only lasted in 72. Then in 73, the car was redesigned and restyled. So, it's as good as it gets up in the early 70s, and 71 was a good year for car and also engine size and performance. So I would think with 370, 375 horsepower, this car got out of its way. So, let's dive into the photos and see if we can tear it apart a little bit. Not much to tear apart. Again, some of the photos are large. Some of them are smaller, depending how he held his phone. But you can see that these are not current photos, but that's okay. I mean, he took photos in the springtime or late fall, and we still have grass around here. But look at that beautiful belt line. I love the color. The vinyl top looks to be in nice shape from what I can see in its photos. Here's the original build plate and the chassis number. Look at this. He has the original AM radio with an 8-track player. The 8-track player probably was an option back then, but Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that, So this is air conditioning controls. His Billy Joel 8-track tape comes with the car. The odometer says 47,325. Hopefully, he has some documentation to support that this is the original miles, because it is possible for this car to be as beautiful as it is with 147,000 miles. But I love these seats, power group. It's a hard top. When those windows are down, it looks so beautiful because there's no center post there in the B pillar. It's just such a really fantastic looking car. The side quarter panels looks original. That's all I can say. It's definitely worth checking out. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, outside of probably the city. But yeah, the trunk and everything looks original. You don't see any overspray anywhere. I don't see any dings or dents or that I can see in the photos anyway. So, but again, unfortunately, not the best photographs, because there's that loop bumper that's so famously made, crafted by Chrysler back in those days. They even had the little blinkers on the fenders. Remember that? When you put the blinkers on, you make a right turn, left turn. It was so exciting back then. Today, now, I don't know. Drive a brand new car is so boring. But there's the engine bay. Looks original. Yeah, he has air conditioning. You can see the air conditioning setup. Actually looks very, like you said, is very original. I don't see any rust. I wonder if this car was a West Coast car or where this car was sourced from. You can see he upgraded the power brake system here. It's a power brake booster. He's got 2 lines going out. So, but there's no telltale sign of any rust or anywhere, at least what we can see here on the photographs and such. This interior is absolutely beautiful with this brown interior, 2-tone accents in the back here with the carpeting in the back seats. This is what made the New Yorker a little bit more plush back then. And seat belts match the interior of the car. Yeah, fun times. Dashboard looks really great. I can't see any type of, cracks in the dashboard. But, the photograph's a little dark here, but does look original. And nice photo here of the driver's seat. Doesn't appear to be any excessive wear. The door jambs look beautiful, as they should. Even the rubber strippings here don't look like they're dry rotted and things like that. So, yeah, and there's that one-piece rear bumper too. So, could you imagine putting these cars together on the assembly lines back then? I mean, these cars just rolling off the assembly line and putting leaded gas in this thing and just saying, have fun, enjoy your weekend. It was great times. I'm glad I was around back then. It's not the same now, but yeah, we're not polluting as much, but boy, it was fun. It was so much fun. But that's it with this car. It's a really nice one. If you'd like to go look at this car, just type in Marketplace 71 Chrysler New Yorker in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You'll find this car right away on Facebook Marketplace. It will come popping right at you. If you're not a subscriber on Rob's Car World, come on your board by just hitting the subscribe button here. We'd love to see you, and please share these videos with friends that love cars as well. If you like these videos, please give a thumbs up. We appreciate that, and that's how we grow and help the algorithm with YouTube. So thanks again for your help and support in keeping this channel live, and we're growing every day, and I really appreciated that, and we'll be posting some more cars today as we find them. Let me know what you like as far as videos go. I mean, we can do a collage of a bunch of cars, and we can do one offers like this car just to feature a car and go into the details. I also have a Patreon channel. If you click on that Patreon link, it will take you there, and it will explain how that works as well. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you again real soon.